John McLure was an elder at the Relief Church in Ayr. He worked in the town as a weaver. On occasion, he would go to Ochiltree Church for Holy Communion. A fair distance away, but it wasn't unusual in those days for people to go considerable distances to listen to inspiring ministers. John made this journey on Sunday the 6th of July, 1823, with a group of friends, and after the Holy Communion was over, he left around 3 o'clock to make his way back to his home in Ayr. On the rising ground, close to the old graveyard at Ochiltree with its long-abandoned church, John encountered with his friends 2 men accompanied by 2 women. One man was James Anderson, a weaver from Ayr, and the other was David Glen, who was a collier. The 2 young men, one was 23 and the other was 25, were extremely drunk. They were driving a cart, and earlier that day they had stolen drink and money and other items from the toll house at Holmston toll, not far from Ayr. They had used extremely bad language, but onlookers who had tried to stop them were unable to catch them due to the fact they were on a horse-drawn cart. For no recorded reason, the 2 men brutally assaulted John. He was unable to walk and was taken back to his home in Ayr in a cart, where he was expected to live because there was little sign of external injury. However, he died within the hour from internal bleeding. News of John's death quickly spread, and a crowd went in search of the 2 murderers, who they found hiding in a wood near the River Lugar. The 2 men were soon taken into custody and were taken up to the court at Edinburgh, where they were found guilty of murder. They were both condemned to be executed by hanging at Ayr, and this is where they met their end on the 12th of December at the tolbooth. After 30 minutes they were cut down, and their bodies were taken to Edinburgh. This was the time of the resurrectionists, the body snatchers. There was a great shortage of bodies for doctors who were training, and this indeed was their fate, being part of the sentence passed upon them. The exact location of the murder was said to be indicated by a round stone that was placed within the wall. Sadly, the walls of the cemetery or the graveyard have since been rebuilt, and much of the wall at the entrance to the old Ochiltree house, where the murder took place, had been removed. So there's no positive sign exactly where the location of the murder was. Details of the murder are to be found in an 1872 publication, which is from a lecture given by Henry Gray, who was a banker in Ayr. Also to be found on a broadsheet, a sort of small newspaper, which gave fine details of how they were regarded as being model condemned prisoners. Also, they had written a speech in which they asked for forgiveness for their sins, and explained that they were drunk, and also apologising to the relations and to the friends of John McLure.